Yo, 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 this is Cinderella, so what's up? I'm going to show you how to hem a dress. Pants, shorts, skirts, dresses, whatever you want. So you can just try on your dress and then fold it up and put a pin telling you how short you want it to be. You can take the pin out, put 2 fingers, and then put the pin back in. That is going to show you where you actually are going to cut the fabric. So now we're going to measure how far up the pin is from the bottom of the hem. Now all we have to do is pins all around the dress at 5 inches. So at the bottom of the dress, measure up 5 inches and put your pin in place. And we're going to do this all along the bottom. So now that your dress is pinned all the way around, we're going to cut along the pins. You can make a snip in your fabric and then put your scissors in because we only want to cut through 1 layer at a time. We'll just cut straight over to that pin. When we get there, we can take the pin out. So keep cutting all the way along the line of pins. And now we're almost right at the beginning. So we'll cut right through where the pin is, take out our last pin, and you're good. So you can take this fabric away. Now your dress will be cut the same length all the way around. So we'll start on a seam. And you know you're going to fold up 2 fingers width. I'm going to fold that up now. And it's nice to do it on a seam because you can line it up perfectly. So now all we have to do is sew this in place all the way around. So just putting the thread through the needle, pulling it through until the ends meet at the bottom. I'm going to use white thread just to show you how it's done. But you probably want to use a thread that matches the color of your dress. So the first thing we're going to do is knot it in place. So I'm just going to go through this chunky part of seam we have here and then through the part we folded up, which we'll call the hem, and we're just going to go through a few times to knot it in place. So don't pull your thread all the way through and then go back again through the same holes you just went through or close to the same holes to make this loop of thread that we're going to put our needle through and then pull into a knot. So just pull it gently, but then we'll make a couple of those on top of each other. Again, going through the loop and then pulling it tight, and this just knots it in place. So I like to do that a couple times. There we go. So now that it's knotted in place, we're going to start our hem. You're going to go up and down with your needle through the dress, taking as tiny a bit as you can, and then you want to go through this hem and out through the hem, just like that. So again, we'll go down and up through the dress, and then coming out through the hem. So just put your needle through a really small part of the fabric and then through the hem. And when you get to a seam, that's a great time to do some knots to really anchor your fabric in place. We can go right through the seam and you won't see anything from the other side. So we'll just put our needle right through that and then through the hem. Now we're going to go through those same holes or close to the same holes again, this time making a knot. And that will just make sure that the seam of the hem and the seam of the dress are nice and lined up. And now we'll just continue sewing right to the end. And if you're out of thread or if you're done your sewing, it's the same way. To make a knot, you just have to make those loops and put your needle through the loop. So we have our loop there, push our needle through, pull it tight, and we'll do at least 2 knots through the loop, pull it tight, so you can cut off your thread. We've hemmed it all the way around, and this is what it looks like on the other side. Thank you so much for watching Cinderella Sew, and I will see you again soon. Peace!